Hey everybody, Jeremy here, back with another figure review. It's been a little while, but here we go. Today I have the NECA Toys TMNT, April O'Neil as the Bride of Frankenstein. Part of their Universal Monsters line. I have reviewed every figure that has come out so far. I'll leave some cards and some links in the description and whatnot so that you can check those out if you want. But I picked this up at Best Buy, of all places. So it's around $34 or so. Here's a look at the back of the box. Really cheeky commentary right there on the back. And this figure is based on the likeness of Judith Hoag from the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Open up this flap here, see everything that she comes with. Of course, we're going to go over all the accessories and all the goodies and give you my thoughts about this figure. Planning on collecting every figure in this line, so let's keep the streak going. Let's open her up, take a closer look. Here she is, Bride of Frankenstein, out of the packaging. Take a look at her for a second. I'm going to tell you some things that I like and some things that I'm not too fond of with this particular figure, but it's mostly good, I promise. All right, so with this line, accessories are plentiful with all the characters that we get. She's no different. So she's got the one head on there now, but she has an alternative head. Now, one thing that you may notice is with the standard head, the one that she comes with out of the box, she has a bit of a McFarlane side-eye thing going on. And personally, I'm not a fan of the side-eye. So she kind of has that going on. She's looking off in another direction, kind of losing that connection. With this head, it's a lot better because she's looking more straight ahead. But the kind of weird thing even about the alternative head, even though I do prefer this head, is that she's looking ahead, but to me, it looks like she's looking past what's in front of her, you know? So it's kind of like if I were to talk to you and look in the camera, you see that connection, my eyes are meeting your eyes. But with this head, she's looking in the direction of the camera, but at the same time, she's looking past the camera. You know what I mean? So it's still lacking that connection. It's just kind of weird with me, you know? It's almost as if, you know, when someone takes a picture, but they're not looking at the camera and it just kind of seems weird. It feels weird. That's how I feel about this particular head sculpt. I just kind of feel like she's looking through you and not necessarily at you, or not necessarily at another figure that she may be pointed towards. I know that may sound a little bit crazy, maybe even a little nitpicky, but hey, that's how I feel. All right, so we got that going on. Let's look at some other accessories here. We've got a sigh, which is fitting for Raphael's Frankenstein's monster. So we do have a sigh for that. She also comes with a spider, which I absolutely hate because I hate spiders. But, you know, it's fitting for her. You know, you can see like little bugs all around her outfit. So, you know, it kind of tracks. It's just, I hate spiders. You also get some rats here. So here's one rat, kind of like some abomination experiment. So this is one rat that has an eyeball in it. And then there's another rat that has an ear stuck to it. Kind of nasty, but, you know, it's kind of neat. You get two pairs. Well, you get two pairs of interchangeable hands, one extra pair of interchangeable hands. So you got the open hands here, and then you have the slightly open fisted hands there. And those slightly open fisted hands are good for what I think is the best accessory, which is this microphone. So it's like one of those old timey microphones, you know, they're way bigger than, you know, the stuff that we have now. They look like science experiments. You see it has the WTHRI emblem right above, right on top there. So it's a really cool looking microphone. It looks like, you know, the microphone of a mad scientist, something that they would make. I do like this. This is a very unique, cool accessory, and it's very fitting for her, being a reporter and all. And then the last accessory is her purse. Again, kind of going with that whole Universal Monsters theme. She has a bone sticking out of it and a real metal chain. So, you know, you just kind of put that over her head a little bit here. So you can like kind of put it like that. And then let's move her arm up a little bit. Let's bring that back up. Come on, April. There we go. So you can kind of have it like that, you know, and it'll work that way. It's a nice bag. I like them. I like the metal chain. It works for her. It's good stuff. All right. So plentiful accessories, good accessories. I do like them. And now let's talk about the figure herself. Now, like I said, the facial expression on the head is not one that I'm particularly fond of, but I will say that this figure has that really smooth head articulation that I absolutely love. I first saw it on the Griff Tannen figure rather, from Back to the Future, Part 2, and how smooth that head motion is, and hers is just as smooth. Look how high you can get her head to look up. That is pretty high. I like it. You know, she's looking straight up. It feels natural. It doesn't look weird at any angle. It's really good. Whatever NECA's doing to make this head movement so smooth, I mean, do it with every single figure. It's so good. I absolutely love it. But like most of these figures in this line, articulation in other areas is going to be kind of basic, you know, nothing extreme. So, you know, your arms that go up and down, that butterfly in and out. Yeah, of course they do. You know, got yourself single jointed elbow there. Got the hands on the hinge that go back and forth. You know, that's how that works. Torso articulation, the top half obstructed by the clothing, the thick plastic or whatever, but the bottom half swivels separately from the top half. So you can easily just pivot her waist. So you can do that if you want to have more, you know, more motion left and right at the waist. You can totally have that. The legs, when you're trying to spread them apart, again, hindered by the fabric, by the costume. But you get double jointed knees, which I thought was, that's cool. That's something I wasn't expecting. But, you know, you get the double jointed knees. You know, very, very nice. Swivel, thigh swivel. You get that. You get the toe articulation, moving it up and down. You got that. You know, so it's standard stuff, really. But like I said, with these types of figures, articulation is not going to be the number one thing that you go for. It's all about the look. And about that look is also one of the things that I am most disappointed with. So throughout this entire TMNT Universal Monsters line, the best part about it to me has been the amazing creativity that we've seen when it comes to the figures portraying the monsters that they're based on. It allowed the artists and the sculptors to really have a strong creative expression to make turtles in a way that we really have not seen before with that amount of detail. From scratches on the shell, facial expressions, different types of accessories, the sculpts, and everything that's on them. But with this figure, I don't feel like as much attention was made because honestly, she just looks like Judith Hoag with Bride of Frankenstein cosplay, makeup, and a cosplay costume. And that's a shame to me because I feel like so much more could have been done to make her stand out. In particular, the facial expression. It's just kind of plain, you know? You know, I personally would have liked like some sort of open mouth yell or a scream or something like that, or some sort of menacing grin, you know, just something to kind of bring out a little bit more ferocity or a little bit more menacing look to her. But instead, it's just Judith Hoag as the Bride of Frankenstein. Even her face, you know, just looks pretty much the same, just painted a different color. And I feel like that I wanted it to be a lot more expressive. I wanted them to really go all out with this. And it's just kind of basic to me, you know, especially compared to the turtles that we've gotten so far. We've seen what Casey Jones looks like, and we've seen what Splinter looks like as Van Helsing. But compared to what we already have, the design decisions on this particular figure is just not up to par with the rest of the turtles, which is a shame. You know, I really would have liked her to have stood out, but to me, she doesn't, you know, and it is the least exciting figure in this line so far. That being said, it's not a regrettable purchase because I want to complete the set, but I do think that, you know, it could have been better. So here's the two lovebirds standing side by side together. Raphael's Frankenstein's monster and the Bride of Frankenstein standing at roughly the same height. Bride of Frankenstein might have a little bit more height because of the hair on Frankenstein's monster there, but hey, let me know. What do you think about the scale? It works? I think it's good enough. Works for me at least. And you can just kind of see, you know, what I'm getting at with the design cues that they took from old Raphael for Frankenstein's monster and all these cool designs and stuff that's on the back of him. The really cool lightning bolt size and everything. And, you know, they just, even the hands are very unique, clawy, very long, you know? And then this is just Judith Hoag as a Bride of Frankenstein. But yeah, definitely not the best one. It is the least favorite of mine so far in this particular line, but hey, we gotta complete the set. I don't think that it's a bad figure. I just think that it, you know, could have been done a little bit better. As far as how well does she stand on her own, she stands on her own just fine. She's kind of tipping a little bit here because I've been messing with her, but you know, if I wasn't doing this on video, I can get her in a pretty decent stance and she'll be fine. But there you go, guys. That is my review, Bride of Frankenstein, NECA TMNT Universal Monsters. Really cool accessories, especially this microphone. Really interesting, cool looking rats. Alternate head scope is better than the default head scope, but yeah, I just think that this one was too simplistic for what they're going for. So that's all, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.